So I know that there's a lot of people who have like curated closets that they just put their own style in there, like boho or whatever, but like I can't do that. I mean, what would it be? Just Disney shirts and black leggings? That's like all it would be. That's all I wear. Is that a mosquito? Is that a mosquito? Ugh. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. I know people are like, don't kill a bug, but it's a mosquito. It deserves to die. I like picking up made in India pieces because, well, you know, my husband was made in India. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I go by MSAWEBB on all platforms, which will be linked down below. And I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay. So on this channel, you'll find everything dealing with reselling, from what sold videos to hauls to unboxings, as well as some tips and tricks along the way. So if all that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can come back and see more of my videos. Today's video is a haul. We have a haul of a couple of thrift stores I went here in town. They're actually not Goodwills. We do have a lot of Goodwills in my area. I think like 7 or 8 actually. And we even have a Goodwill outlet, which for the longest time was the only one in Georgia. Like there's only one in the whole entire state. I know for sure there's another one about 2 hours away now in Brunswick, Georgia. And somebody told me there's one in Augusta, Georgia, but I don't know if that's accurate. Because I can't find anything online about it. Anyway, all that to say, you know, I mostly frequent Goodwills around here because there's just so many, and that's typically where people know to go donate. But there are a couple of other nonprofit thrifting stores around here, and I went to a couple lately. And in this haul, I do have others coming, but in this haul, it's from not Goodwills. It's from 2 thrift stores, one that benefits shelter animals and one that benefits women living in poverty. So both of them I have gone to a couple of times. I hadn't been in a while because they were near my old office when I did work in an office. I'm permanently from home now. So I would pop in on my lunch break or after work. And so I haven't been in a while because I haven't worked in an office in over 2 years now. The prices are about comparative to Goodwill. The one that benefits women, it does price up. So it has like a boutique section. And it's really funny. So like right when I walked in, they've moved the boutique section to the front. So that's like all the clothing I saw for a minute because they like moved the clothing. And I was looking through it and oh my God, it was so high. Like it was just like old J. Crew and Banana Republic and Talbots, and they had priced it like $15, $20. And I was like, what? No. So I almost like walked right back out. And something like behind the counter caught my eye. It was a Coach bag, and it was a really cool Coach bag. It had the signature like over it, which I don't really like monogrammed bags that just have branding all over it, but it was like done in an interesting way. She like handed it to me. It was for $59. I was like, are you crazy? And then she told me, as I was saying there, I was like, oh, wow, there's this is like all really high price these days. And she was like, oh, all the clothing's been moved to the back and it's the non-priced up clothing. So I went back there and had a lot of success. So that was good. 2 pieces I did buy from there were priced up, but they were, it's really cool. I'm not really sure how well these pieces are going to do, but I'm pretty excited about them. And I will put those at the end of the video. Taking out the 2 items that I got that were priced up, everything cost of goods averaged to be about $5. I think it was like $5.25 or something. So about par to what my Goodwills are. All right, so let's get started with the haul. Right on top is this Crown and Ivy piece. So Crown and Ivy is sold, I think, well, around here it's sold at Belk's. I don't know if it's sold anywhere else. And I think Belk's is like a southern store, which is like Macy's. It's like poor man's Lily Pulitzer. It's a very similar style, like the preppy prints. It's just cheaper than Lily Pulitzer. And I don't always pick Crown and Ivy up unless it's really cute, substantial, new with tags, or it's plus size. And as you can see, this is a 3X. So plus size Crown and Ivy, it tends to do pretty well for me. Oh, and guys, guess what? Some of this is listed already. Like this is listed. You know how it takes me forever to list things. But some of it is listed already in my Poshmark closet in my eBay store. So if you want to check those out, links are down below. If something is not listed yet, just go ahead and, leave me a comment or DM me on Instagram. That link is down below as well to let me know, and I can put it up for you. Next up is this vintage LL Bean. So this happened twice. So I saw 2 of these LL Bean fleeces from a distance, and both times I thought they were Patagonia. They were not. I still have never found a Patagonia fleece in the wild. Like, I've sold them, but they were like old ones for my little sister, because she's way more trendy than I am, or way more willing to spend money for trends. But, I still thought this was really cool. It's red. It's a zip-up one. I like the other one better, but this was red, so I got it. And this is listed. We are, like, exiting the colder weather, but I still thought I'd pick them up. I mean, I pick things up all year round and list things all year round. So here's a brand that I have not picked up in a long time, and it is Cabby, or Cobby, whatever people call it, and it is the newest tag, although it's been a long time since I had this tag. And it's just this floral red top. It's got a keyhole and these little flutter sleeves. So I don't ever really pick up this brand because it's never done that great for me in the past, but I ended up picking up like 2 or 3 pieces because they're like $1. This is already sold. It sold for $31. So pretty glad I picked it up. It is an extra large. So glad to pick that one up. Maybe I just didn't pick up very good pieces in the past. So maybe I will give Cabby another go. Next up is a brand that I do pick up in certain sizes, certain styles, but don't always pick up, and it's J. Jill. I picked this up because I liked the purple color, and also it is Italian yarn, so it's really soft, and it is just a purple cardigan. Very cozy. I think that'll do really well. J. Jill can do pretty well for me. I've like sold 2 J. Jill pieces yesterday. So I like picking it up. Another bread and butter brand for me that I pick up a lot is Logo by Lori Goldstein. Again, I said this, I think, in my What Sold video, that this is not the Lori Goldstein of Shark Tank. It is a different Lori Goldstein, or Goldstein. This is a size large, and it just has this little printed top. I got a lot of loungewear, and I normally only pick up this brand in size large or above, unless it is like a cooler, substantial piece. I'll pick up a smaller size. I say normally because I can't really say there's any rules to what I pick up, like definitive rules, because I break it. Like, I think the only thing I've never picked up was like, I've never picked up Poof. I'm pretty sure I've never picked up anything Forever 21, but never say never. Like, the reason being is I don't shop at the bins. I know I said that I have a Goodwill outlet. That's what people call the bins here in Savannah, but I don't go because it is tiny and crowded, and I just don't go that often. I do want to check out the one that's in Brunswick, Georgia, though. It's supposedly like normal sized. Next up is actually another Logo piece. It is her lounge collection, which is kind of funny because it all is kind of very loungewear. But it is a purple zippered cardigan or jacket, and it has a lace back detail. So I thought that was really, really nice. It's very soft. All of her, especially her Logo lounge pieces, are very soft. Next up is another item that has already sold. The reason why I had to rush to do this video is because these pieces sold and I need to ship them today. Is another vintage LL Bean, and it is just this Logo sweatshirt. But yeah, I picked it up because I liked the logo here in the middle, and it was very cozy, comfy. Anyway, it sold for $25. No, $28. It sold for $28. So pretty excited about that. See, it's a sweatshirt, and it's still sold. Of course, I know in some parts of the country, because I follow a lot of resellers, it was snowing the last couple of days. It was 87 degrees here in southern Georgia, which I don't know. I know people in the north would be like, oh, I'm so jealous. It's so hot, guys. It's awful. I'm so hot-natured. Someone described Georgia humidity to me one time. It was someone who was from Great Britain. They said getting off the plane in the South is kind of like walking into warm bath water. But I thought that was a really good description, like that being in the South is like just walking around in warm bath water. It's so true. It's so hot and so sweaty around here. So this is Caslon, which I'm pretty sure is like a Nordstrom brand, but I think it's a vintage one because this is a pretty old tag. And I picked it up because it was $1 and I just liked it. I know it's a winter print, but I really didn't care. It has these little snowflakes, and at the time when I picked it up, I actually thought these were reindeer. They're not. They're I think they're moose, or they're mooses. Is that the plural for moose? It's a bunch of, no, it's a moose repeated. I don't know what the plural for moose is. Mooses?
Moose is an irregular plural. You simply repeat moose, moose.
That doesn't sound right. Mises is not right either. But anyway, I thought that was a cool piece, so I picked it up. Okay, so here is the other LL Bean. This one is actually a snap button, and it is a cool, kind of like a teal color with purple trim. This is what I really thought was Patagonia when I saw it from far away. It is not, it's LL Bean, but I really like it. And it has an embroidered logo here that says LL Bean. It's not like a company name. Yeah, so this is really cool. I like it. It doesn't sell, I'll keep it, but I'm sure it will sell. The next up is a brand that I've had a lot of luck with in the past. It's Michael Simon. Of course, this is Michael Simon Light, which I'm actually not sure why it's light. I didn't look that up. But he makes a lot of art to wear pieces, so like really funky embroidery with like themes or something like that. I have sold his stuff in the past. This is a floral and like bug print, so flora and fauna kind of print. It's just a gray cardigan. This actually came though with an undershirt, so it has a gray short sleeve underneath it. I think it's made of good materials too. They usually are, like a lot of his pieces are silk. So yeah, so this is 78% silk, 10% nylon, 6% Angora, 3% lamb's wool, and 3% cashmere. So they're pretty nice materials. So, you know, I've done well with his pieces. I think the last one it sold within like a week. Like I do really well with Michael Simon. All right, next up is a skirt, which I don't pick up a lot of, well, I actually did pick up a lot of skirts lately, but I normally don't because they don't sell that well for me. But I found a lot of cute ones. This one is J. Crew Collection. So J. Crew, I don't think they still have this, but J. Crew used to have a collection, like a collection tier, which was their like higher priced collection pieces. So, you know, I've had one of these in the past, like one J. Crew collection, and it did pretty well. This is just like, yeah, a geometric print skirt. I think it's silk. Of course, it should be silk. It's collection. Where is the text materials tag? Oh, yes, it is 100% silk, polyester lining. It came out in 2013. I still picked it up. I don't know. Hopefully it still does well. I like the color of it. I don't wear skirts myself though. So next up is a vintage express piece. I'm pretty sure this is like vintage, you know, like Express we have now. It's called, you know, Express Tricot or Express International. I'm almost positive that that is this Express that we have now. If anybody, that's what I've always thought, and I guess I haven't really looked that much into it because I just assumed. Can anyone, if you know differently, leave it in the comments. Is this not really Vintage Express? But anyway, here's the piece. Here's the tag too. See, Express, Tricot. Some of these will say Express and then International. I got this because I really like the color. Also, it's mohair and acrylic. Made in the British Crown Colony of Hong Kong, so definitely vintage. And this was actually priced up a little, which I think that meant it was like $8 at this thrift store. So it's just a cardigan, and I brought it home, and it's not listed because I went to photograph it, And I couldn't figure out the button situation because like this side doesn't look like there's no buttonholes. So I was like, why are there buttons? And finally, when I was playing around with it, I realized that there's like little strings and the buttons go in the little strings. So I will photograph it now. But it's really nice. I just like the color. It's kind of like multicolored, but teal. I don't know. I really like teal. I use teal a lot in my wedding. I also picked up some hard goods. I do occasionally pick up hard goods, especially if I've been watching Crazy Lamp Lady. First up, and I might actually keep this, is a McCoy piece. You can see here on the bottom, it is marked McCoy USA, and it is a teapot that just has like a knitted, not a knitted, crochet? Yeah, crochet floral pattern on it. And I actually looked this up. I don't think it's really selling for a lot, maybe like $14, which would still be a profit, but now I'm like, well, maybe I'll just keep it because it is cute. And I do like have a lot of vintage decor items and stuff around my house. I like that kind of stuff. Next up is also for me. It's just, what is this called? We put it on to the hot items don't touch the table. A tricot? Did I make that word up? You know what it's called. I'll put it on the screen if that's wrong. But it's made in India. And I've had a lot of pieces that look like this. It's actually gotten really popular at like TJ Maxx. This could be from TJ Maxx. It just made its way over to the thrift store. It was like 50 cents. I like picking up made in India pieces because, well, you know, my husband was made in India. So, you know, he always says things made there are better. I guess I agree. Okay, and next up was this little set. It's just Japanese stoneware, and it has like the sweet shop, and it has a church and a firehouse. There's actually the teapot, and I have 6 cups. So I haven't really saw a set for sale on eBay, but I saw the teapot sold for like $15, and the cups were going for like $6 or $7 a piece, and like I have 6 of them and the teapot. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna list this. Shipping's gonna be hell, but I'll still try. Because I think I paid for the whole thing $8. I just liked it because it was in such good shape. There was like no chips or cracks. Next up was this little swan. Pretty sure you call this art glass. I picked this little guy up because he was 25 cents, but look at his little eyeball. I don't know. I thought his face was funky. I don't know if I'll actually sell this either. I do have like a collection of like little trinkets that I've picked up and ended up not selling in my upstairs bathroom, which ends up being a lot of blue pieces. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna try. I mean, blue is my favorite color. This might be another reason I got that. I'll save the other little hard good pieces for later. Okay, clothing. Next up, this was $1, although I'm still not sure I should have picked it up. It's just a little workout top. Ooh, that's not how you do that. I am a little confused by this top. Like, does this go in the front? Does this like string? That goes in the front? Anyway, it's Lululemon. Where's the Lululemon? Oh, here it is. And I think it's older because the Lululemon like kind of looks like a woman's head, which I think they've updated that logo. And it doesn't have a size. So like I probably should not have picked this up, but I did. It probably only go for $10 to $15. I don't know why. I haven't found Lululemon in a while. Give me a break. I think I just sold like 2 pieces of Lululemon. So next up we have another J. Jill piece. It is a size small, but it's 100% linen. And it's just this pink linen shirt, button-up shirt. So I think it'll still do well. Linen does pretty well for me, especially during the warmer months, which we're entering. So I did pick up a lot of pieces that are linen, even if they're not pieces I normally would have picked up. Oh, next up is a brand I haven't picked up in a while. It's Daniel Rain. It was sold, I think, at like places like Dillard's, but now it's in Stitch Fix, and I'm pretty sure this is a Stitch Fix piece. And I don't normally pick it up, but like I just thought this was so pretty. Look at this. It's floral. like a mixed pattern. This is very like silky and pleated here in the front. It has the balloon sleeves. It even had the undershirt, although it's falling out, attached, so it's not like just sheer. And the other reason being that I picked it up is it is a 3X. I do like to pick up cute plus size pieces because, you know, I just like having that in my closet. I like to cater to my ladies, being a plus size woman. So yes. All right, next up is Orvis, which I haven't picked up a ton of this in the past, but this was 100% wool. And it is just a red cardigan. It's kind of got like a tulip hem here at the bottom. I picked this up because I had a very similar piece way back in the day that I sold with Anthropology. It would look like exactly like this, except it had like a floral detail here. And it reminded me of that piece. I think it's also the only time I've ever picked up Angels of the North. I just don't ever find that brand. And so I picked this up. It was 100% wool. It probably sell on eBay. I should go and sell on Poshmark because I said that. Okay, next up for hard goods, I picked up this vintage like vanity set. It's a mirror, it's the brush, and it is the comb. This is kind of like a nostalgia thing. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-grandma, my big mama, as we called her, you know, this is the South. She had this kind of stuff. So I love these things and like those powder puff like boxes because she had all those. I don't know, it just reminds me of that. It's like a nice little memory. So I picked these up. It was only like $5 for the set. I haven't looked this up, so I don't know how well they're doing. But it was like a nostalgia thing. That's why I picked it up. And yes, we called her Big Mama, but it was because she was tall. She was like 6 foot. Randomly, because nobody in our family is that tall. Next up is a Lulu's piece. So Lulu's is an online store. I've actually bought a lot of Lulu's in my life for myself. Like, I think a lot of the like nicer dresses that I purchased for my honeymoon trip were from Lulu's. It is actually a jumpsuit. So it's just a striped jumpsuit. Very like contemporary looking to me. It's an extra large, another reason to pick it up. So it's cool. I happen to really love jumpsuits, but I can't wear them because I don't have a butt. They look really bad on me. I'd love to just be in a jumpsuit because I buy a lot of dresses to go out in because they're just easy, you just throw them on. And a jumpsuit would be pants, which I prefer. All right, so next up is a Doncaster piece. So Doncaster was a very expensive store. I think they have since closed their doors, but I do find this piece a lot. I think it was really popular in the South. I just realized the button's missing. Crap. Maybe it doesn't really matter. It's the top button. Oh well, yeah, I'll still sell it. This is a pink suit, actually. This is the top part, and it's 100% silk. It's pink and it's floral printed. Here's the skirt. The skirt is like a little flare, and here's the Doncaster tag. 100% silk, size 6. I don't know, I like the color. I don't know, I thought it was fun. And like I said, Doncaster's done well for me in the past. I liked it, although I don't know if I would have picked it up if I had noticed that it's missing a button. It's missing this top button though. And like realistically, who's wearing it all the way buttoned up like that? Nobody these days. So I could still sell it. So next up, I told you about the Coach purse that was in the front. It was like $50-something. Well, they had purses in the back. They were only $5 a piece, which is like normal priced. And I went through them and there was actually some good ones. First off is this hobo bag. You know, hobo, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of wear, but hobo pieces just look like this. It has this like back little pocket. And it was only $5 and it's a crossbody. It's pretty clean. I'm laughing because this is very similar to a bag that I got in a ThredUp box. I'll link that video above. And it's the bag where I found like tampons inside of it. Like they were in the package. But that bag already sold, I think, for like over 30 bucks. So I definitely picked this up again. It was pretty clean on the inside. Okay, next is another vintage piece, but it is vintage Talbots. Yes, it is Innovations by Talbots, made in the USA. Here's the union tag. So you can actually go onto Vintage Fashion Guild, or you can just Google it, and they have these union tags, and you can date when this was made based on the union tag. This is made from Orlon acrylic, but it's just a blue open cardigan with this little stripe on it. I thought this was a good transitional piece. Kind of, what does this make me think of? It makes me think of boats. So I like being on a yacht or being in the Hamptons. This piece does. Very preppy is what I'm trying to say. It's very preppy. Preppy is not my style. So I know that there's a lot of people who have like curated closets that they just put their own style in there, like boho or whatever, but like I can't do that. I mean, what would it be? Just Disney shirts and black leggings? That's like all it would be. That's all I wear. Although the Disney shirts might do really well, I just don't find them, and if I did find them, I'd keep them. Is that a mosquito? Is that a mosquito? Ugh. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. I know people are like, don't kill a bug, but it's a mosquito. It deserves to die. I had to. Don't get mad at me, but I had to. Don't worry, there's 1,000 of its brothers around. Millions. All right, next up is another one of those pieces I was talking about that I got because they were 100% linen. It's also a 2X. It's Cynthia Rowley, which I don't pick up a lot. Although her clothes do sell for, I mean, not sell for a lot, but they are like retail cost for a lot. But it's a 2X, 100% linen, and it is just this gray top. I think it had flare. Yeah, it has the flared sleeves, so I thought it would do well. Next up is Brooks Brothers, which I don't always pick up Brooks Brothers, but it's a size 16 Brooks Brothers, and it is cotton spandex, but it had this nice little palm tree print on it. And this is another one of the skirts. I was like, well, I picked up a lot of skirts. I don't know why. You know, I'm trying to like move to summer pieces. I'm just like not attracted to them. I love winter and fall. So I go to the coat section and the sweater section all the time. But I need to put summer stuff in my closet. I think another reason I hesitate is because they don't go for as much as the winter pieces. But I need to have summer clothing. What's funny is my old closet is like 3/4 of it is winter pieces, and winter, it's like, it doesn't even get that cold in South Georgia, but I like pretend it's going to, I guess. Moving on, we have Eileen Fisher, size large, and it is just a little dress, a little pleating detail. Nothing like outstanding. I need to slow down on the Eileen Fisher. It doesn't do amazing for me. This is viscose and spandex, but I did pick it up. So here it is. So I'm going to sell it. Like, even though Eileen Fisher like retails for, $100, $200 or more, I really only sell them between 30 and maybe 50 bucks. Maybe. It's mostly the 30 nowadays. So I said I would not pick this brand up anymore because I don't know if I ever sold it, but I have a couple pieces in my closet. It's Eloquy, which is a plus size clothing brand similar to Torrid. All this is like supposed to be nicer and older. So I think this brand does well for some people, and I think it did better in the past. It was recently bought by Walmart. So I think that might be the reason it goes down, but I picked it up. Anyway, it's just this blue short sleeve top with this little zip front. I picked it up because a lot of their pieces, like if you get the like dresses and stuff, I don't have a plus size mannequin, so it's hard to photograph once they get to a certain size, because I think I need to get plus size hangers, to be honest, because they just won't hang properly, and it doesn't look good. So I picked up that piece because it wasn't as substantial. Like, it's funny because I normally want to pick up substantial pieces, but I thought I could make it photograph better. Next up is this Eddie Bauer piece. I don't pick up all Eddie Bauer, but I like to pick up their jackets and things like that. And I definitely picked this up because it is goose down. It's a goose down vest. And it is a very pretty green. So I picked this up. And I like that. I think it'll do well. Goose down normally does pretty well. Next is another Brooks Brothers piece. I picked up two. I got this because it is 100% wool, and it's Shetland wool. One of my best friends, who was in my wedding, lives in Scotland because she married a lad from Shetland. And they live outside of Glasgow, or really in between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So I picked it up really because of that, but I think it'll still do well. Okay. Next is a vintage Abercrombie and Fitch piece. I'm not really sure what year this is. I didn't realize that Abercrombie and Fitch had been around so long. But yeah, it's just a blazer. Like a old schoolboy blazer. And I like the buttons. They have like the lions. The buttons say stuff on the back. It's like badge and button. I think, and this is wool. I can tell by how it feels. But it is 100% worsted wool. I don't know what that means. I did put it in the title in case other people are looking for that. I did that whole like keyword dark academia or whatever. Although I'm not sure that's in style. I'm not sure that's particularly trendy right now. I don't know. Do you guys have success with those kind of trendy keywords like dark academia or cottagecore, or grandma core, cocoa girl, or cocoa something? I don't know. I don't feel like I have luck putting those words in my titles. I don't know. Tell me, do you guys think that helps? I don't think those trendy words work. I think words more like, putting wool or, shacket or stuff like that works better than the trend names. Okay. Next up is another vintage piece. It's Ruth Norman, New York, Neiman Marcus. I got this, I don't know, I just couldn't leave it behind. Gosh, I did pick up a lot of like teal, but it's more like a green teal instead of blue teal. But it is this very loungy, I can like imagine somebody from like the sitcoms I used to watch at Nick at Night, although like now stuff that where I grew up watching is on Nick at Night. But like Bewitched or something. And this, it's very long, but it also comes with the pants. So it has the lounge pants with it. And the sets seem to be doing really well, especially on eBay for like $80. So yeah, and it's 1X, so it's a plus size. I think it's cool. I really like the pants actually. So excited to get this listed. I do pick up vintage pieces. Obviously, there's quite a few. I like picking up vintage. All right, last on the hard goods are these two, and they are Cabbage Patch dolls. So Cabbage Patch dolls, I've like learned by watching vintage hard good resellers, can go for a lot of money. Not saying that these are going to go for a ton of money, but I did a deep dive after picking these up. Depending on the color of the signature, they were worth a lot. And after I picked them up, I did a deep dive into the world of Cabbage Patch dolls. I'm not an expert, but there's like a whole thing about it. But anyway, like the different colored signatures on their butts. Let me pull this up. Turn away. It will give away what year they're made from. So this is the black signature, which means it was from 1983. If you did not know, the creator of Cabbage Patch dolls, these were created in the 70s, but he sold them on his own. He like handmade all of them. So the original ones have like cloth faces. They're not plastic. And he sold them out of his home. He created his own little Cabbage Patch house. Like when I was a kid, I visited that place. Actually, we went in and they burst out of the Cabbage Patch. And you got your own doll and everything. They used to come with a birth certificate. But this is the first year that it was sold to. I think it was Calico. Is that how you say the company it was sold to? It's on here on the back, I think. I'll put it right here on the thing, but he sold it to this company. They still put his signature on everything. Although back in the day, he used to, like hand write it, like with a marker. Those are really expensive if you find those original ones before they were sold, because they was rebranded to Cabbage Patch Kids when they bought it, but it was originally called the Little People or Soft Babies or something like that. That's what it looked like that's what it was called when he just owned it. But this one is probably worth more than the little girl because, like I said, it's from 1983, so it's the first year that the Calico company bought it. You can also tell he's a little bit older because he has the yarn hair. He does have the original overalls on, but it is missing a button. I mean, he's not going to go for a ton. There are some that will go for a crazy amount. You want to look out for, like I said, those Little People or Soft Babies that were originals. They have the cloth face. You want to look out for the red-headed ones. The red-headed ones do really well. And also 1983 or 1984, they came out with their first collection of African-American dolls. And so those do well as well. But anyway, I mean, you can like date them by different ways. If they are supposed to have the signature on it, but like different things will go for different prices. Like there's molds, like, so this is the 1 dimpled mold, but there's a 2 dimpled mold, and then there's a no dimple mold, and then there's a pacifier, one that takes a pacifier. It's like a whole thing. But I'll probably definitely sell this little guy. I don't know about this little girl. She is hers actually has the date on it. So it looks pink, but it's red. It's 1986. That's the red year. So you see here a little bit. This one, like I said, has the date on it. So some of them do have that. But she has the synthetic hair. It's not yarn, so I'm not sure she will go for as much, so I might just keep her, clean her up and keep her for my daughter. Another way that these will go for a lot of money is if they're still in the box, obviously, and have their original birth certificates. That will also go for a lot of money. And also like special editions where they weren't made for mass production will go for a lot of money, and those happen throughout the year, so I couldn't even tell you. She could be one, but I doubt it. She looks kind of, like her standard doll, so I doubt that she's like special. I mean, she's special, but she's not one of a kind. So 2 pieces and then the really cool pickups. Next is this Burt Yearlin robe. I picked this up because it's 100% wool, and then it also has lining in it, so it just looked like really high quality. Are those holes? Little pinprick holes, it's fine. And it's a full robe, and these robes were going for a lot of money on eBay. So it does have the tie, it's just down there. Last piece before the 2 cool ones. This was also in that handbag section for $5, and it is a fossil bag. Can you see it? Yeah. Here's the fossil tag. So it wasn't priced up. It's in really good condition. Inside's clean, so I do pick up like nice fossil if it's at the correct price, and I really like this one. So it even still has the key fob on the side. Oh, it says fossil. So the 2 really cool pieces I was talking about. People might be sensitive to these pieces because it is fur. This is vintage fur though, so it's not modern fur. It was produced a long time ago, and I do look for vintage fur. It's already been produced. Reselling it will prevent more fur from being created. So anyway, don't leave some hate down in the comments. I bought it. I did pay up for both of these pieces, but not as much as you would think, because they had it labeled as faux fur, but as soon as I touched it, I was like, this is not faux fur. Here's the first piece. And I mean, if you could feel this, you know it's not faux. And it's just a longer coat. So it looked like it had no branding, but I really thought it was mink. And I now have since looked it up, and even without this thing I discovered later, I would have known this was mink. So mink is like shorter hair, It's more like close together, but it's also mink is shiny. So it's definitely a mink coat. It's a mink coat. And but then also when I was kind of looking it over, I reached into the pocket and pulled out this little tags. So if they had looked in the pockets, they would have known it wasn't faux fur. So here, it's actually in plastic. Emba's Sapphires Natural Blue Mink, Royal Quality. So I think it was I did a deep dive, like I did into Cabbage Patch Dolls, about fur, vintage fur. It's kind of the fun part of reselling, is you just learn so much stuff, like especially like history stuff. So sometime in the 50s, you're required to have these certifications with your with your fur products. So this also comes with it. So it's Emba Pastel Mink and USA style, size number, item number. I did learn that, mink's desirable because people think of mink coats as luxury, but it's actually more of a common coat, like a fur style. So it's not that uncommon. Mink isn't. The other really common fur types are rabbit and some types of foxes, stuff like that. The ones you really want to be on the search for is lynx and chinchilla. I'm not really sure how you identify a chinchilla. I'd have to look that up. But lynx are usually spotted because lynx have spots. So those go for a lot of money. Like I saw some on eBay that are for like $5,000. So if you find lynx fur, pick that up. Now, unfortunately, this next coat, here it is, does not have a tag, so I'm not 100% sure on the fur, but here she is. She's substantial. She does not have a tag. I keep saying she, but based on research, I'm pretty sure, not 100%, that this is snow fox, because it is two different types of fur, you can tell by the feel, and this is coyote. So snow fox and coyote. It is a long, full fur coat. I mean, she's a piece. It's definitely real, even though they had it labeled as faux, because no faux fur feels like this, trust me. If you have other ideas, or you know anyone who would know more about vintage fur that could identify this coat in particular, can you leave that down in the comments? That would really help me out. I was thinking of who I could hit up with their knowledge, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that haul. That is the end. If you have any feedback on the fur pieces or any of the items, let me know down below in the comments. I thought it was a really fun haul. I learned a lot about Cabbage Patch Dolls and furs because of this haul, which was cool. It's always fun to learn new things. I was a art history major, so I like history stuff. I hope you are all having a good sales week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.